Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Gabriel, and today we're taking a look at the Empire Temple of Madness. This is a Ninjago set that released in 2020 for around $80 in the United States. It's set number 71712 for ages, ages 9 and up with 810 pieces and 6 minifigs. This was released, oh wait, I already said that. I got this, I ordered this through Bricklink. It didn't come with a box, but everything else is included. I already built it once. I tried to review it a while ago, and that was back when I still did the time-lapse speed build. But the footage corrupted and it didn't give me the footage, and so I had it all built, and after I spent like an hour or two building it and I didn't get the footage, I was like, dang it, so I just displayed it for a while. But now I'm ready to re-review it, so I have repackaged them all and separated them by numbered bags. Hopefully I don't have any trouble figuring out which bag is what, but it should be easy to tell with what minifigures are inside. There should be 6 bags. But this is a really nice set, and I can't wait to get it back on display. So, without any further ado, let's get into the speed build. So now I have finished the speed build. This was a pretty tedious thing to build. There were a couple parts that I missed and I had to go back and do. There are a lot of minifigures and a lot of great play features hidden in this set. It is a massive but great looking set. I love the way it looks, and let's get into reviewing the minifigures. So there's a great abundant amount of figures in here. We have 6 traditional minifigures, 7 if you want to count this little monster sushi build. And we have, like I said, this monster sushi looking thingy. I don't know what it's called. I'm just going to call it a sushi roll. And then we have a red visor, Sushimi, Unagami, Cole, Lloyd, and Jay. And we'll take a look at them in that order. So starting off with a little sushi monster here. Brickset doesn't list this as an official minifigure, so there is no price for this. But this is the only set it comes in, this little build. And we actually do see a similar build of this later on in the set, which I'll showcase later. I have this little stand for it made out of action pose pieces just to make it look like it's flying, kind of like it kind of gives me like Ghostbusters ghost kind of vibe, kind of like Slimer, or like those other ghosts from Ninjago, the little green ones that we had in Possession Season 5. I haven't reviewed any of those sets because I don't have any, but I do have this one. So this is a pretty cool build. It's very simple. It has this print for a face, which kind of looks upside down. This is the way they tell you to put it. I like it better if it's swapped the other way, but then the instructions tell you not to do that for some reason. They don't say not to do it, they just tell you to put it the other way. And it comes with this little red katana attached to his little arms here, which are clipped on, which is just pretty cool. Just a small little build. Now our next villain or bad guy of the set, this is one of the henchmen. This is a red visor. There is a lot of them in the show. They're an army. They're all similar. They're all exactly the same. This guy comes in 3 different sets, so it's kind of hard to army build him because the cheapest one is $30, and the next one will be $40, and this one is $80. So it's not very easy to army build. I have 2 of them, and the other 2 come in the $40 set. But it's a really awesome design. I love the design for this. I actually used his torso and legs as an inspiration for one of my superheroes, or original characters, superheroes I created. I'll show you guys that in the future, like very, very far in the future, not now. He comes with a basic pistol that we see in quite a bit of sets, as well as this Captain America shield, but in all black and no printing, which is really nice to get. I actually love that, and that just comes off like that. And this is what he looks like without his weapons. Like I said, I love the torso printing with the black and then the red and teal. It looks really cool, and the leg printing is astounding. I love the leg printing with like the red knee pads and the silver legs. It just looks really cool. And he has this big orange visor on his helmet, which is probably where he gets the name, the red visor. And it can just move up and down just a little bit, but not too much. And then the helmet can pop off, and you can switch the head around to reveal an angrier looking face, which kind of looks monstery, like slimy in a way, which is kind of weird. He comes with really cool armor piece in the back, which you see in all the Prime Empire sets, where it has this pull attachment at the back to have his life count, which is attached through this like lightsaber blade, and then you just have the life count up top. As you can see, he has 4 lives, and then 2 red katanas. I'll show you what they look like in his hands if you were to use them. Every ninja or every person that has this neck attachment comes with the katanas, which is a little annoying, but then it's a good way to build your katana collection if that's what you want. Kind of forgot to talk a little bit about his normal face, but it looks like a normal smiley face, and with all the stuff removed, you can see the back torso printed as well, which is really neat. I love that. I love how they put so much detail into the back torso, and even though it's covered up by this big armor piece. Here's what the armor piece looks like, by the way, without any things in it. So it's a really big clunky piece. And this guy comes in the 3 sets, like I said: the Gamer's Market, the Ninja Tuner Car, and the Empire Temple of Madness, and he goes for around $2. Now our next minifigure is Tsushimi, and he is a really cool design of a video game sushi chef. I'm guessing he's the one who creates those little sushi monsters. And he comes with some great pieces, like that armor piece I just showed you, but in white, which is really nice to get. He has these 2 meat cleavers for weapons, so he goes dual wielding meat cleavers, which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of that old Super Nintendo Bruce Lee game, if you guys have ever played that. I bet nobody has. Nobody here is old enough to know what that is. And he has this cool bald piece on top with a bandana wrapping around. It just looks really nice. And then, like I showed you, the same swords and neck attachment, or not neck attachment, but the life count system is the same for all the bad guys, and so he has the same one. I'm just going to put the swords in his hands, and then, yeah, that's what he looks like with dual katanas. Here is what he looks like without all the weapons or things attached to his armor. And here's what it looks like without any attachments at all. Nice back torso printing with a fish skeleton, which is weird, and no back head printing or alternate face because, you know, he is bald. He has this on, and it doesn't really cover the back of his head, so you would see an alternate face, which would be kind of weird. This guy is exclusive and goes for around $3 to $4. Now for the last of the villains, we have Unagami, and he is the main villain of Season 12 of Ninjago Prime Empire. This guy is loaded with tons of detail and just looks super cool. He looks like a motherboard, but, you know, in black and not green, with the red and teal colors, so that's pretty cool. He has lots of great pieces. This is the second version of Unagami we've gotten. The first 2 came in some other sets, both of the dragon sets of this wave, but this is the one that is exclusive to this set, the Temple of Madness, so this is pretty cool. It comes with lots of great pieces. He has this weapon build, which is like a spear, which is used with this pretty cool blade-looking piece at the end, which I believe was introduced in Nexonites. I'm not entirely sure, but I know it definitely was in Nexonites. And then we have this lightsaber hilt piece with the blade there. Technically, he could wield it as a lightsaber if he really wanted to, but no, it is a spear. And he has this really awesome ponytail piece, which we also see with the other guy in this wave. I forgot what his name was, but he was like the samurai. I forgot who he was. Okino, that was his name. Here he is. Disclaimer: he does not come in this set. He comes in a different set. But here is the same hair piece in another set, or in a different color. This one is white and red, which is really cool. And it even has like a little handle he can hold on to his hair or use it as like a feather duster, which is pretty cool. He does have an alternate face. But let's take a look at his first face without the beard. Taking off the beard, you can see he looks kind of happy, and his alternate face is pretty angry. Here's the alternate face with the beard and hair. And I also forgot to mention, he has these two little discs at the bottom. These two like not solar panels. There's just these two little round discs that he just sits on, that he kind of floats with, which is interesting. And a nice shoulder pad piece. I forgot when this was introduced. I think it was introduced in Sons of Garmadon, Season 8, and we have it in red now, which is interesting. I don't believe we've gotten it in red before, so that's nice to get in that color. Here he is without any attachments or accessories. I forgot to mention he has that new dress piece that was introduced with Harry Potter, I believe, where it's meant to go on a minifigure, and it's got a little curve there, and even has back printing on it as well, which is really awesome. And whoops, I just shortened my stand there. And this guy is exclusive and goes for around $7. Starting off with the heroes, we have Digi Cole. This is season 12 version of Cole, the 44th version of Cole, which is crazy to know that Ninjago has had that many figures for Cole. Brickset lists a couple extra 5 that don't come in sets, but I don't know if those are real or not. Like maybe they're custom, or I don't know. But this is definitely 44th or around that area. And this is a crazy figure. I love how detailed and how great it looks. He comes with this amazing build for his scythe here, his Digi Scythe. I like to call these the Digi weapons because they're like video game weapons, where it has this video game controller for the handle, and then it uses this little bar here in white, and he also has this nice hook piece, which is amazing. I love the way this looks for his weapon. For Nia, she doesn't come in this set. She comes in Jay's Cyber Dragon, but her weapon is this, which is weird because I feel like since she normally has a spear, they should do this same build, but use the dagger piece at the end and not the hook, so that way it actually looked like a spear. So I don't know why Lego didn't do that. But he has the armor in white instead of black like the bad guys, with a pretty interesting green color for their sword. I think this green was introduced in Season 5 Possession, but I'm not entirely sure. So that's cool. He also comes with life count as well in the translucent light neon green. And he has this really awesome mask, which is dual molded with some black and white, and has some printed on front with his logo or symbol there, which is pretty cool. And taking all this stuff off, we'll show what he looks like with dual katanas. Give me a second. There we go. Looks pretty cool. He taking the mask off, it's just, normal Ninjago mask piece. He has this really cool face underneath with the visor that is what his eyes look like underneath, which is really cool. And he does have an alternate face with his Cole face, which is really nice. It's nice to finally get new face prints for these ninja. I don't think these are alternate, like actual faces. I think we've gotten these other faces with the other ninja. Actually, no, we haven't. These are actually new expressions. So that is crazy because we haven't gotten new expressions with the ninja in a long time. And taking off the armor, you can see what the back torso printing looks like. I should be cutting this out of the video. I don't know why I'm doing it on camera. There we go, the back torso printing. You may notice one of his hands is gray, while the other one is black, and that tends to be a reoccurring trend with the other ninja of this series, where this side of them would be like white or just a brighter color, which is kind of interesting. And I love the leg printing; it looks really awesome. Here's what it looks like without all the weapons, by the way. And this guy is exclusive. We do get another coal, another 2 coals in the Prime Empire sets. One of them is the Avatar version, and the other one is this same one right here, but without the armor. And I have all those versions. I've reviewed them before. This guy, like I said, exclusive and goes for $5. Moving on to Digi-Lloyd now. This is the 48th version of Lloyd we've gotten in Ninjago, which is higher than Cole's number. And this is also a really great detailed suit. I think I definitely love the Prime Empire suits. Those are definitely my favorite suits for the Ninja. That and Rebooted, those two are my favorites. This one just looks really cool. And like I told you before with Cole's gray hand, Lloyd over here has a light green arm with a white hand. So I don't know what the deal is with those colors, but it does look kind of cool. I kind of like it. And I like how not all the ninja are uniform. Like if you look at Cole's suit, you can see he has like armor there, or like a chest plate, whereas Lloyd is wearing like a robe. So they're different, and that's pretty cool. I like how they're different from each other. Some really great weapons here. For his saber build, he has this, like the game controller, like I showed you before, with this really nice piece here in a translucent neon green. It looks really cool. And he has the dual katanas and the life count above, the same one as all the other ninja, and the armor piece in green. And he has the same mask as Cole, except, you know, it's green and has different printing on it. There's his face underneath, and let me show you his alternate face, whereas there it is. There's his Lloyd face. I think we might have seen that in Ninjago before. Lloyd does have a couple different face prints other than the ninja. But there it is. Without the visor, it looks really cool. Here is Lloyd without any of the weapons and stuff attached to him. And here is just the base minifigure version of him. Great back torso printing. If you notice and you look closely, you can see it says Loy, and the D continues on to the other side. You can't really see the D. I guess it kind of wraps around his shoulder. I wish they printed that. Like, imagine they just printed it like right there on his shoulder, or like on the arm, and had it continue on. That would be really sick. But this is him, and he's not exclusive. He comes in 3 sets. Jay and Lloyd's Velocity Racers, which I have reviewed on my channel, the Empire Temple of Madness, and the Empire Dragon. I have yet to get the Empire Dragon. I really want to complete this series. I'm almost done. I got a couple more sets to go, and he goes for around $2 to $3. And last but not least is the main character of the season, Digi J. And this guy is really pretty abundant in all of the Ninjago sets for Prime Empire. This guy comes in a lot of them. And just like Cole, this is the 44th version of Jay. We have gotten Season 12 version, which is really awesome. He has this all-white arm here, which is pretty cool, and his other hand is white and not black, which really matches his suit, and I like that. And he has the same color swords and armor as the other guys. His weapon build has the game controller with his chain and the hook at the end, so it's a flail, which is really cool, and I like that build. Here he is with the dual katanas, which looks pretty menacing if you ask me. And this is what his face looks like without the mask. And here is his alternate face, which is really cool. This is different from the other Ninjago J's, like the newer ones, so it's definitely a new expression. And here's what he looks like with the mask. I don't know why, but he definitely looks a lot cooler without any of the green weapons. Green is my favorite color, but I mean, just looking at this without the green just makes him look so much cooler. I think it's just like the blue with the light blue mixing together. It looks really awesome. And here is the base figure with no weapons or accessories or attachments. Nice back torso printing. And look, if you look closely, there's some little jets on the back there. I don't know if Cole had anything like that. I'm going to check right now. Let's see, what does Cole have? I should have paid attention. I mean, I was reviewing the figure. I can't take him apart. Hold on. Everything's coming off except for his armor. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, he has nothing behind him. He's boring. And for the sets Jay is included in, you can find him in the Gamers Market, which I did review, the Jay and Lloyd's Velocity Racers, which I also reviewed, Jay's Cyber Dragon, the Empire Temple of Madness, and the Jay Avatar Arcade Pod. I forgot, I guess Brickset doesn't show it, but Lloyd also comes in an Arcade Pod, so that's a fourth set he comes in, but Brickset just doesn't count it for some reason. And Jay goes for around $2, which is unfortunate for me because he's a really cool looking figure. I think he should go for a higher price, but to other people who don't have him, it's good for them because they can get him at a cheaper price. And now that we are done with all the figures, we can move on to the build. Now, for the only build of the set is this huge temple here, which I have to zoom out all the way so that way you guys can see it, and you still can't even see the top of it, which is crazy. Gotta fix that. But it's so loaded with detail and has so many play features, and I love it. So let's take a look at one spot at a time. Starting at the bottom here, we have this little pathway leading up to the throne room, or you can go up the sides, either way if you want. We have two keyblades, or no, not keyblades, this isn't Kingdom Hearts. Katanas are what they're called. They're shaped like the axle piece, so you can stick them in and they work with play features. These two do not, but there is a third one in the set, and there are three keyblades in this season, which you can collect all of them through the sets, or you can just buy this one set and get them all just like that. So I now have two of each one, actually three of this because it came in another set, so that's crazy how abundant they are. But the figures can just walk up the steps here. There's a little sticker here that says level. It's a sticker, right? Yeah, it's a sticker. And there's another stickered piece flap right here, which the figures can't stand on, unfortunately. I guess they'll have to jump. It is a video game, so they can double jump. Nice little railings build here with the faucet piece, I like to call it. We have some cool lanterns up top here that are attached to the rocket launcher piece, I like to call it, and just some really great pieces. Moving on up to the side, we'll take a look at the throne room last. You can jump up this stairway here, leading to the kitchen area. So heading on up, I'm gonna see if I can get Cole to stay there. There is a booby trap. I'm just gonna have to zoom out a bit for you to see it. Moving over here, you turn this little piece, and the monster sushi rolls come at you. So that's pretty cool. I think you're gonna move them closer, but yeah. There are two of them. So there are two more sushi rolls. These ones don't have arms, and you just load them up in there, and they automatically reload after you shoot the first one. So once you do the first one, the second one is going to bounce on over and prepare to be launched. That is a really neat play feature that I really love. And I'm going to take a closer look at the kitchen once I move in here. The kitchen here is one of the levels of the tower. If you watched the show, you'd remember this from one of the episodes. This is the Tsushima level where they had to beat that boss, and so he fits here. It's a very crammed space, but you get these two Harry Potter wands in like that dark tan color to pretend to be chopsticks. And then you have this machine here, which I don't really know what it does. I don't know if it's like a coffee machine or a noodle machine, but it is a machine. I know that. Moving on to the front, we could take a look at the architecture here, which is really cool. I love the Japanese aesthetic we get here with a curved roof and stuff, and you get a ton of these pieces on all the roofs, which is crazy. And then you have this really cool design up top here with this stickered piece as well. And then if your player decides to move up the other side and hop up here, we have a little arcade room, as well as a little shop, I like to call it. It's like a little weapon shop. So we have this really awesome little arcade pod in like blue and yellow, which is really cool. I love this so much, and it has a little ninja on it playing Prime Empire, which I believe that's what the game is. You could just fit Jay there playing the game. It's such a cool build. I love it so much. And then you have all these weapons here. You got two katanas, one saber, as well as two daggers and two little Moon Knight hooks, I call them. Let me see if I can pull them out. But these are all just clipped on with a little lightsaber handle. Here is the dagger I mentioned that they should have used for Nia's spear build. And here is the little Moon Knight hook, I like to call it. I already said that. What is wrong with me? And they all just rest right there in that bucket. And these weapons sit here on these clips, which is just really nice. I love weapon shops. I don't know why. I've always loved weapon shops. I remember building my own when I was younger, and I had like loads of guns and weapons just piled in the back. We're going to slowly travel up to the top where we have this nice design, continuing the design of the front here. Not really continuing, but it's going up. And if you zoom to the back, you can see that there's a little mechanism play feature that I will showcase just in a second. And all the way up at the top here, we have some more design with a curved roof. And if we keep going up, it just gets taller. That is the top of my background there, which is crazy how tall this is. It just barely skims over the top there. But you have these two big orange blades which move side to side, but they're supposed to be on the top. And then you have, if you move, this is the last key blade in dark neon orange. If you look at the top there, you can see there is a printed, or not printed, it's a stickered piece that has the names of all 4 players: Unagami, Will, Jay, and Minovi. I don't know who those are. I'm gonna have to look those up. I mean, I know Unagami and Jay, of course, but not Will and Minovi. So I just looked it up on the Ninjago wiki, and it says Will is still unknown, but Minovi is one of the former lead designers for this Ninjago, which is really cool how they have that included there. But like I said, there is a sticker, and sticking the Kitana into this little keyhole here. Let me just pick up the camera. You can see it just goes into this little axle hole. And then when you turn that, the axles move, if you see in there. And what it does is it opens the big gates, and inside there's stickers that say "Game Over." So let's go take a look at that room right now. So we're going to open up now, and we have this big throne, or not big throne, but we do have a throne in here, which is pretty cool, that Unagami can sit in. We're going to spin this around, and you can see that there is more a room in the back there where we have these screens of all these video games, or not video games, but I'm guessing it's all from Prime Empire. So that would probably be the Empire's Dragon. That's Kai right there. If you go over there, that would be the race from one of the episodes, one of the races that they had to do. Down there, I don't really know what that is. I think that's the classic like Ninjago game you see in the first episode, Ninjago, that they're playing. Not entirely sure, but it could be. And over there, you just have like some Matrix code looking thingy. And so you can, this is actually a swivel chair, so it spins around, so I'm sure Emperor Palpatine would have a blast with this one. And then you can just sit him in right there, and he fits perfectly, and just spins around. And we have these 2 little cones here that don't really do much. I think they're supposed to be flames, but that's all they do. This guy doesn't sit, because he has that dress piece, so he can't sit. But he does just sit there. And it looks pretty menacing when you're trying to play the game, and then you lose, and all of a sudden it's just boom, game over. I love this this feature with the Kitana. It's just so fun to play with. So this is definitely a great build with a bunch of play features. I say a bunch, but there's really only 2, with the launching mechanism of the monster sushi rolls. I can't move it because sushimi is in the way, and the closing gate. The rest of it is just for display, which is still really awesome, because that's what I do. I display my sets. But let's go move it into my display, and actually, no, not yet. First, we have to take a look at the packaging, and then I can move it into my display. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the box for the set, because when I bought it, the seller gave me the option to save on shipping by not sending it in the box, so I chose that option, but it does have the instructions. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta put up a picture of the box so you guys can see what it looks like. Alright, now we have the instructions. Now this is kind of what the box looks like, but it's a little different. But I love the way it looks. It's just such a really awesome instruction book. On the back you have the Win Lloyd from the Ninjago movie. And then, where are the ads? The ads are right here. We have this amazing picture of a bunch of the sets put together. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. And it looks so cool. Over here we have a picture of, or an ad for Lego Life. And I think that's it. We have a picture of all the figures in the set together. It looks really cool. And I think that's all the ads. Yeah, and then just an ad for Instructions Plus and just how to use the brick separator. So, really great instruction booklet. Or not, it's not a booklet, it's a huge book. Now to put it in my display, I think the best way to pick it up is from the bottom. I forgot to show these little stands as on the bottom. Oh, there goes one of the sushi rolls. Where did that go? I'll find it later. We're going to bring it over to my Ninjago display here. Not the top shelf or here, but it's going to go in my Prime Empire area. I'm going to figure it out right now, so I'll do that off camera, and then I'll show you where it goes. Okay, I finally placed it. It took me a while to move stuff around, but I forgot to tell you in my display or my collection showcase that I use double-sided tape to hold my figures down, because when I'm opening and closing my dresser drawers, I slam them and they all fall over. So having the tape helps keep them upright. So I put Cole in here with the other ninja. I put the other Cole into his speeder car, and that is the Lloyd from this set. I put it in there because I do have the same one right there. I moved Avatar Zane over there where he should be. I put Harumi up there because she was in that level from the movie, or not the movie, but the show. And I put Tsushimi, his little monster sushi roll there. I have it flying on a little build I used with a action pose piece. Unagami is in there, the red visors with his other red visor buddy. And these guys are going to have to move, or not move, but I'm going to put them away just because I can't have too many of the same figure, you know? But yeah, that's a great display piece, and it just looks so good with the rest of the sets. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm definitely going to rate this a 10 out of 10. I love the way it looks. It's such a great display piece and for teenagers or adults, and it's a great play set for little kids, and definitely worth the $80 price with the 3 exclusive figures and just a bunch of great pieces. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this set and how you think my collection looks now. A couple more sets to go. I'll probably have to fill up this whole shelf here with all the rest of the Prime Empire sets. But that's all the ones that I have for now in my collection. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.